So real quick, I want to talk about the first EP I just dropped that you can check out on iTunes, Spotify, and right here. I've been planning this release for some time now, as some of you may have noticed in this clip from the channel trailer at the beginning of the year. It's under the artist name I Ran Out of Tears to help me separate future projects by genre. I Ran Out of Tears is going to be the band responsible for all the pop-punk emo kind of sounding songs, with other bands in the future covering other areas. So that's I Ran Out of Tears EP by I Ran Out of Tears. Said Too Much Productions is more or less the label for all of these bands. I may also use the name Said Too Much to organize any kind of compilation albums. This is just my plan for now. So talking more about the EP, the arrangement is based around an experimental instrumental I created called Smile, which takes a bass, baritone, and alto guitar for the same arrangement. 3 instruments separated an octave of each other, which I think gives it a pretty unique sound. You've got that genty low G sound in the baritone guitar, but the alto guitar is there to give violin-esque leads. This arrangement style has so much potential, and I really love using it. It's also interesting to note that we can utilize this arrangement in heavier sounding songs too, which is something I might try. I Ran Out of Tears isn't married to this arrangement style either, just to reiterate. It's only there to help organize pop-punk and emo kind of sounding songs. So a future project from them could have a totally different arrangement. Hopefully you all get it and you'll understand more when more originals come out. So check it out, spread the word, and thank you to anyone who already has. Lyrically, these songs were written a while ago, and I'm hoping that we can all appreciate a little emo, love and lack thereof songs every once in a while. It all ended up being self-produced, and it was a little bit of a headache, but I'm pretty proud of how it came out, and it's a good first step into full releases. For the future of this channel, I always planned on taking the experimental instrumental segment and taking a few individual tracks and expanding them into full EP ideas. I figured this would work nicely to release some original material without lingering in one particular genre for too long. I hope you all are like me and at least appreciate all kinds of music, especially guitar-driven, and are curious to experiment and forge new sounds. I also need your help telling me what experimental instrumentals pique your interest the most. The more views, comments, and likes a particular video has, the more I know you guys like it. So go ahead, check them all out. Some of them are a little gimmicky and meant to be more or less one-offs, but some of them I think are pretty good. Most importantly, I need you guys to help me come up with new ideas to try as well. Experimenting is a very important part of this community, and I want to thank everyone who's already given me so much input and support. Now we can address the Ambisonic mixing project, with I Ran Out of Tears being a kind of follow-up to that. If you still aren't familiar, Ambisonic is basically a full 360 spatial audio mix, so the listener can actively move their head around and perceive every single element like it was placed right there in the room with them, including front to back and above and below. I did a full video talking about it, along with an older first style test orchestral project if you want to find out more. Along with the stereo mixes on this channel, I've also got ambisonic mixes to go along with all the lyric tracks that you can check out. Of course, it's recommended you wear headphones to get the spatial binaural effect, but you can still get an idea of how it works and play the video on most platforms. Don't let the virtual reality plug make you think you need a specialized VR headset. You can view them like any other 360 video. They do support VR headsets, however, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of the stereoscopic visualizer I was able to create. But again, they aren't necessary. I want to encourage everyone to check it out and let me know what you think. And more importantly, I need you guys to help tell me what works and what I should try. I can't believe I can't find anything else like this yet, especially with the technology being around for so long and VR showing no signs of disappearing from our vision of the future. I arbitrarily decided to pan the drums POV, which I think is pretty cool, but again, there's no standard. You'd think having the snare constantly to the right of you would get annoying, but you can still center it if you just go to look at it, and it's so much fun to air drum along. In this first draft of experimenting, drum panning is probably the thing to least utilize the space though. I mean, you could have toms and cymbals all around you, instead of just the 90-degree field of a drum set in front of you. I've also arbitrarily placed the rhythm guitars behind you and the lead in front, both with doubles to the left and right, but I'm beginning to think you can have more asymmetrical designs that you wouldn't be able to get away with in a flat stereo mix, and they'd probably be more interesting that way. The asymmetrical snare placement already being a bit of proof of concept. There's just so much we can experiment with. Please let me know your thoughts and ideas. Am I the only one excited about this? We need to spread the word. I mean, can you guys picture like a badass pair of head tracking headphones? I admitted in my Ambisonics explanation video that this may end up being It's completely dumb, but I am way more than satisfied with how it came out. I guess I'll end this video by saying thanks again to all of you guys who have supported me and watched all my content. Thanks so much again, and thanks for being a part of this community. For downloads, raw instrument tracks, and more exclusives, find our community on Patreon and consider adding your support.
Said too much.